Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm just gonna roll.
All
right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Day State. We're back with episode 3, and we are almost to spring break. Okay, we're here right now. We're really on a. We took the whole week. We were trying to get this done, and we're finally here for you guys. So now we're here. How's everybody's week going so far?
I'm great.
I'm great too.
I'm great.
I feel like I'm good.
I'm actually great week so far. Oh man.
Yeah. Hey, dude, I've had a great week too. I've watched 3 movies this week. Okay. It's been our school one today, and it's just been a great week overall.
I've been on a Rocky kick.
Yeah. Explain.
Bro, I love the Rocky 1, Rocky 2. I love them. They're great. I watched Creed 1 and Creed 2 first time. Fired me up. I'm undefeated in baseball right now. Time being.
Feel good. You just had a big weekend. The last episode, you hadn't gone to Florida yet, and now you're back from Florida.
Back from Florida. Won all 3 games.
And it was so successful.
Yep, it was. It's very successful.
And you? How's your week been?
My week? Good.
Are you laughing at me?
I'm sorry, camera.
Huh?
You can only see the back of your head right now.
I'm talking to you.
Hey, okay. Realistically, alright. So,
We're starting over?
No, we're fine.
No,
this is
fine.
This is wild.
We're just doing our thing. Okay. So,
So I had exams this week, but I got them done, so we're celebrating by doing a podcast.
by doing a podcast. Yeah. Yes.
I feel like I had some stuff I wanted to address. Excuse me.
But you can't remember it anymore?
No, not the time.
So you just want
No, I'm not ready yet for sure. Spring break plans.
to...
Anyone?
Spring break plans. Myrtle Beach for 2 days.
You're going to Myrtle Beach?
For 2 days.
I'm going to Myrtle Beach for one day.
I guess one day.
Oh, you're going?
Friday,
You're
Saturday.
going too?
You're going?
I'm hoping to
We're
piggyback
going.
on y'all and follow y'all to Wilmington, so.
Yeah, you're coming to Wilmington. Oh, I mean,
I told them on this right, I hadn't told you.
That you would come to Wilmington?
Yeah. Like after, probably Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe?
Oh my god.
wait, I'm leaving Wednesday.
And Asher, yeah, so if I'm there Tuesday, I'd stay with you, me and Asher, and then Ben's back on Wednesday. So that could
Wait,
possibly.
you're staying with Asher? Where's Asher staying?
Asher's coming with me.
Oh.
So we're all gonna spring break it together?
We could possibly, if we
We're
work
gonna
out.
hit the waves and boogie board and stuff. Pull
Yeah.
a plunge.
That sounds pretty cold, but
Go play kickball or something?
Yeah, kickball on the beach.
Yeah.
spike ball.
Spike ball.
Volleyball. They're in a volleyball class right now.
A volleyball clash.
Class.
How many?
You're in a volleyball class.
Mhm.
Wow.
How many health courses are you taking?
2.
I thought you took frisbee, walking, and volleyball.
I've already taken frisbee with you last semester
Uh-huh.
or last year.
Why do you need so many?
I don't. One's extra. The volleyball's extra just for fun. I need an extra credit.
Volleyball for an extra.
But what did you want me to take? Badminton?
I didn't know they had volleyball classes.
But yeah, it's
Beach?
no. Sadly, they didn't have that option. But they were like club. I don't know if they're club volleyball players or actual varsity volleyball players. They came to help our class.
Just like that?
You want to go like this.
It's like taking.
So,
it's like doing.
so your
community.
forearms are up. So if you go like this, your forearms are technically
Right.
sideways. So you basically want to go. I put thumbs together like that.
Wow.
Now your forearms are up.
Hmm.
Learned how to spike last time. Get my spike up.
It's not called spikes.
Makes me happy.
Spike.
Are there any?
Yeah,
Are there
all
any?
the same thing.
Are there any volleyball girls in your class?
I don't. We can't speak on
All
that.
right, we won't talk about that.
subject.
Yeah.
Not for public consumption.
Yeah, I'm going to New York for spring break.
I thought you were going to Myrtle Beach.
I'm doing both.
Oh, okay.
So no tropical.
So you're going north, south, just
Myrtle-
all over the
Myrtle Beach
place.
is not south.
South of where we are
South
right
of-
now.
South of where you're from.
Then we live in the south.
Yes, but the directional south, not the location.
When it comes to the compass,
Yes.
I know how compass works.
Yeah.
how? You know how it actually works?
Oh.
It's like magnets and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magnets.
Speaking of compass, speaking of New York, that takes us into the movie of this week.
Yes, it does. We watched I Am Legend. starring Will Smith and that little German Shepherd. Now Will Smith, Willow Smith. I don't know who else.
Wait, was Willow Smith was in it?
Willow Smith? Yeah, Willow Smith was his daughter.
Okay, I thought it was a dude for half the movie.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was his son.
Okay, but it's really just Will Smith.
It's Will Smith's movie.
And Fred the mannequin.
And Fred. Yeah, I have a lot to talk. All right, let's.
Shoot, what was I gonna say, man?
I want to start with. Let's just kind of go down, like how we whenever it started. You kind of get thrown in with like this interview of a lady that's trying to cure cancer, right?
Yeah.
She's trying to use the measles virus to cure cancer, but it goes south, obviously. And then it kind of cuts away from that interview to New York City. It's like completely abandoned. There's nobody running around. And we see Will Smith and his...
Chasing gazelles.
Chasing gazelles.
And then there's some lions.
And then there's some lions.
I thought that was cool. That's like one of the...
So, did the lions come from Africa or the lions come out the zoo?
The lions came out the
Central
zoo.
Park Zoo.
Yeah.
Interesting. How they get out there for, cages?
Could you imagine one of the lions
What's your
with...
question, bro?
It's not a plot hole.
No, I'm not saying a plot hole. I was just
I
asking a
probably
question.
hopped on over.
Imagine a lion with the Crippen virus.
That's called Crippen?
Crippen.
Yeah,
I thought it was K9. Or K8.
it's KV.
KV.
Crippen virus.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, was this a big movie during COVID to watch?
No, I think the
one that really spread like wildfire during COVID was
pathogen.
Contagion.
Contagion.
Yeah.
That shit was
that Jeremy
fire.
Renner? Who is that?
No,
I have no idea. I know that
Brad
Gwyneth
Pitt,
Paltrow was in
Matt
it.
Damon.
Yeah, that's right.
Gwyneth Paltrow. It's got a really good cast.
I love that movie.
I never watched it. Honestly, I just heard about it in COVID. I was like, I don't need this in my life right now.
And what's crazy about that movie is that it came from a bat.
Yeah.
Or it came from right? Then it came from a bat.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it came from like a bat and a pig. I was like, oh my gosh. Like that was, anyway.
So they just got that junk out of a movie?
Dude,
Yeah, Chinese did.
So I'm saying they use the real life story like for a movie.
Yeah, like
No, Contagion.
COVID is based off that movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
2011. What year did this movie come out?
2006 or 7.
6 or 7. Yeah.
End of 6. It was like I looked it up. It was like Christmas of 06.
Yeah,
It's,
and
it's
then
technically a Christmas movie.
yeah, that's true.
I mean,
it's it's like
Well, yeah, but I have this list on Letterboxd where it's like
Where
if,
they
if it shows Christmas or like goes past time of Christmas and it's like technically a Christmas movie.
yeah, that's true.
Or not technically Christmas movie, but it's like Christmas movie on the list.
That's an interesting. I respect that you have the same thing with baseball. That's very hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's
It's like every time a movie mentions baseball, you add it to the list.
Yeah.
That's hard to keep up with.
I'm sure there's something I forget.
Because like I Am Legend probably mentioned baseball at some point.
maybe.
I feel like every movie or most could be applicable to that list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it opens up pretty strong. Did you notice like in the beginning, especially that like we kind of see right off the bat how Neville is completely. I think throughout the entire movie he's insane. Like I think he's like completely gone. Like I think he's manic, off his rocker completely.
Yeah, I was going back and forth.
Did y'all think that he was like okay? Did you think he was sane? Or did that even cross your mind at all?
See,
Not really.
I was like, I wanted to call him crazy, but then I put myself in his shoes, and I'm like, how would I act if I was in that situation?
Yeah. So.
I think it's crazy. You're just like,
Lonely?
well, yeah, and like interaction deprived. You know, when
Yeah.
you go years without speaking to anybody, you're gonna naturally like speak to your subconscious or your dog or mannequins that you see.
Mannequins. So
Yeah,
that was really, really.
you gotta fill the void air with some sort of talking.
Yeah. So the mannequins, I was really, really kind of confused about because it's like,
Yeah.
did he set them up himself? Did he, like, how did that go? You know?
I could see that. My first thought was that he found the store kind of like that in a weird way. And he just like interpreted like, I have to preserve this. Like if the whole city's wrecked, like I have to preserve like this moment in time where somebody left a store clean.
Yeah.
Because the music was all very in order, and all Americans were dressed very nicely.
And it's like, if you're going through, like if people are looting, right? They're not going to the album shop, you know? Or wait, was it movies or was it?
It was like a Blockbuster.
Okay, I didn't know if it was movies or music.
Nobody's going to the video
So
store.
I remember the line that he said he was working through the M's.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. So
And I was like, oh,
halfway through the end.
And I was like, oh, and I connected that to Bob Marley because he was listening to Bob Marley.
Yeah.
well, no, but what I saw, he was halfway through the G's.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And but the funny thing is, when he left and grabbed his gun from that cabinet, and I thought it was hilarious. I was gonna write it down so I didn't forget, but I remembered. And this little like clear sleeve on the door was Goodfellas, a DVD of Goodfellas
Right.
sitting on the door like in a sleeve. He grabs it and then goes and leaves. So I was like, why is that like a hidden like cameo to Goodfellas? But I guess he just watched Goodfellas.
He was literally trying to watch. Think about like how long he's been in quarantine for 3 years, or something like that. 3 years, like he's been.
That's what we
by
did
himself.
in quarantine. Watch movies. I mean, I think I went like over 100 days where I watched at least one movie per day.
100?
Yeah.
That's wild. I don't know if I'd ever be able to do that.
A little bit different of a quarantine, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
That's where I started the whole movie thing too.
So we have the mannequins, and then we have Fred, right? And at one point in the movie, one of the mannequins ends up outside of.
Yeah, I was confused on that.
What do you think that was?
I just interpreted it as, this is weird, someone has moved this. And it's either, the zombie, what do they call them? Dark Seeker.
Dark Seeker, yeah.
So a Dark Seeker wouldn't have like the sentience to like take care of something and like move it. And so it has to be like a human. Either a Dark Seeker is like converted to being a human again, or a human has moved this object. So it's like a sign of life. Was that the mannequin moved?
And so, what do you think about that? How did you interpret that? Because
I interpreted it as either he was going crazy and he moved it on his own. Because at the time, I didn't think these are different zombies. Like these are more personable and interactive zombies than most zombies, like flesh-eating zombies. Right.
It depends on where you're looking. At the time, we didn't know what they were capable of or what they knew, right? So there's at one point whenever Neville is in the video log, he says that it's whenever the male, like the guy, came out into the sunlight after Neville had just trapped one of them, and the guy the zombie comes out and gets like burned, and he says one of them stepped out into the sunlight. Typical human behavior is now entirely absent, right? And we kind of think that up until Fred, the mannequin, somehow ends up right outside and there's a trap set. Showing that they're capable of
So after he
thought.
set a trap,
So yeah,
Will Smith set a trap, they set one for him.
And then the guy was waiting with the dogs.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that interesting?
See, I thought he like used it as a weight or something to set up a trap, and then
forgot
I did
about
something
it?
else, and I forgot about it. It's like,
See, I was thinking like, frick, there's another human around. And that's
Yeah.
a trap for him. And now he's gonna
well, that did cross my mind too.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so it's actually like it like that was supposed to be our first look at the Dark Seekers having kind of a further line of what we think. We think that they're just kind of manic, and we think they're just crazy, like feral.
Yeah.
When in reality they're capable of further thought, and based off the alternate ending that both of you guys saw, they're capable of affection and hierarchy, right? So like that main guy, he's like in the cast list. The character name is Alpha Male, right?
Yeah.
And so that's another thing where it's like, it kind of shows that they are capable of having a hierarchy. They're capable of affection, which I thought was really, really interesting, right? Like the reason that guy came out, the reason that he set that trap was all for that one Darkseeker that was taken, right? That Neville was testing on.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was really, really interesting, and kind of how it unfolded as you watch. And man, it was tough to see those dogs come in and get Sam.
Yeah.
That was a
brutal scene.
Yeah, having the choke.
Yeah, that was. I did want to talk about the zombies. These are, like I said, very different zombies than a normal like apocalypse movie.
Yeah.
You think The Walking Dead, World War Z, the list goes on. Zombieland.
Mm-hmm. 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First off, they're like Dracula zombies.
Yeah, the thing is about these are like, they're fast, right?
Yeah.
And they're smart.
And they're ugly.
And they're really, really disgusting looking. But if you, like, I think that these zombies, like, you can compare them to other movies and TV shows and stuff, but I think that they are kind of in their own lane. Like, really, I think they are in their own lane.
And we say zombies are ugly, but all zombies are ugly, but like, The Walking Dead got so creative with how each zombie was deformed and how they had their skin sagging down. And like, it's still gross, but it's like interesting to look at. Anytime one of those zombies came on screen, I was just like, that is disgusting. It looks like a hairless cat.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
not a fan of cats.
Even those dogs too.
Oh yeah, the dogs look like moles.
Yeah, they were nasty. And the rats are like,
the rats look like rats.
A rat is disgusting. Until
yeah, the rats look like freaking hairless rats.
Yeah, we don't need no. What are the cats without any hair? What are they called? You know what I'm talking about? Siamese? Is that right?
No. I don't think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I personally was not a fan of like the leader, the big guy that would growl.
The Darkseeker?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was I don't know. I feel like that is really, really odd. The fact that there's like an alpha, and you got to think about, like, they said that the virus had a 90% fatality rate, and then 10% were immune and turned into those Darkseekers, and then 1% were like completely immune, and that's what Neville was. But like, you gotta think about, like, I don't know how many people live in New York City, but 9% of New York City has to be a lot, of Darkseekers.
Yeah.
And so the fact that there's one guy that's running the show was kind of like, it's kind of far-fetched, like realistically it's kind of far-fetched. But I don't know. I think that it kind of adds, it doesn't really add much to like how scary the Darkseekers are or anything like that, but I think it definitely adds like to the plot, like you need a big guy, and he was definitely annoying. Like, oh my god, like the fact that like he was smart enough to follow him back and stuff like that, and figure out where Neville was staying and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like found the Darkseeker that they were looking for. That's another thing. Like in most zombie movies, apocalypse movies, they're not that smart.
Yeah.
Like there's no, like World War Z. I don't know. It's really hard to compare kind of apocalypse movies like that. I feel like.
But with the Z's that they have, it kind of like devalues being a zombie. Like, how does a disease work where you just turn rabid and like have feelings but eat whatever? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't devalue the being a zombie to you guys too, because I feel like a zombie is like you're dead already. Like a zombie is a living dead. These guys are like conscious, and I feel like that kind of took away from the traditional zombie. But I had my TV up really loud, and they scared me. That's a disgusting noise that they made.
Yeah, the noise is
screech.
Yeah.
And also, I wanted to say this: him closing his window shades, kind of sounded like a distant zombie screaming. I think there's a lot of sounds like that sounded like.
It was kind of meant to kind of scare you.
Yeah, and I think like birds at a time sounded like the zombie screech. I think that kept reoccurring.
Yeah.
There's a brief moment I was like, wait, what? He's giving Sam a bath.
Mm-hmm.
But then he shuts all the windows.
Mm-hmm.
And then for a brief moment you see him sleeping in the bathtub with the dog.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
Scared.
that was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Like he slept in his bed every other time.
Well, again, you got like that's when I put myself into his shoes. Like if you can only really move around your house, I would sleep everywhere too. You know, like sleep on the couch, sleep on the table.
Yeah.
And you have to entertain yourself somehow.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like if I could find a video store,
But he
a
went
music
out
store.
in the day, every day.
Yeah.
I was like exploring New York City and completely empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the first one was cool.
Yeah.
With the what's it, a Charger
Mm-hmm.
driving around. I thought the gazelles running through and the lions coming in, that reminded me of a Minecraft server. Like you build your little village and then like when the sheep or whatever come onto your buildings. That's what it reminded me of because it was like all established New York City and there's just freaking gazelles hopping around.
Yeah. I thought it was really, really funny that he couldn't get one the entire movie. You know, he was trying to hunt the deer, trying to hunt the gazelle for the whole movie, and couldn't get one. And it ended up being his downfall. Hurts, man. Makes me sad. The gazelle.
He couldn't get one?
Well, I guess
That's what starts like the.
that's what starts it all, because Sam runs in.
Oh, right.
And then he finds where the Dark Seekers are, and then he gets one of those Dark Seekers that he found in there. But I don't know, I thought that was interesting. I was thinking about this. I saw this on Twitter like months ago. It was whenever COVID was getting really bad. And I don't know if you guys saw it.
Like when
No,
it was
no.
reamping?
No, whenever it was first getting bad.
Months ago.
2 years ago, 3 years ago. But I saw this tweet and it was like, at one point in the movie we see like the gas prices, right?
Yeah.
It was like $6.60 or something like that.
I saw that too, yeah.
You saw the tweet where it was like,
Oh, not the tweet. But
there was a
I
tweet.
noticed the gas prices.
There was a tweet at one point where it was like, the prices in California are now at I Am Legend level.
Oh, okay. I think I did see that.
You did? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought that was really, really funny. But I was thinking about, like whenever he has to get resources and stuff like that somehow, right?
Mm.
And there was at one point where he's like, I was saving that bacon or something like that. But I was thinking about where is he getting his food from?
He's going to other people's apartments.
Yeah.
And he was searching, like he was knocking on the door with his gun.
Yeah.
Looking for, I guess, Dark Seekers just in case they're hiding, but he's literally.
He was stocked the fuck up though.
Yeah, I mean,
He was
like,
living life, yeah.
He was taking packaged foods from other people because they had all died.
Yeah.
so he was just going in and finding everything.
The combined stash of New York City will keep him alive forever.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's a lot of people.
Because everybody was hoarding everything.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about it like that.
Like every apartment that you saw him go into, like the walls were covered in newspaper clippings, and like the cabinets were full of just
Non-perishable stuff.
Yeah, non-perishable
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. That whole sequence when he like first wakes up was really funny to me because he was waking up. I was like, "Is that Shrek?"
Yeah.
In the background.
Yeah.
And then he grabs his gun. I didn't even know he was in his apartment at the time. I didn't know where he was because I guess we hadn't seen that.
And then he opens a drawer and grabs a gun. I was like, how do you know a gun was in there? I was like, where are you?
Yeah, and then I realized it was his apartment.
I didn't realize it was his apartment until he said, I was saving that bacon, honestly. I didn't realize
once he got, well, did you see how when he first went in, it was his daughter and his mom, and his wife at first, and they like blinked.
Oh, yeah. I thought he was imagining that.
No, he
was.
He was, but yeah, it was his kitchen. And then that sequence was so weird. I guess it makes sense with social interactions.
Yeah.
Or the lack thereof, and he smacks the.
Yeah, I was like, dude, come on.
Yeah, if you're gonna complain about bacon, eat it first off, and then he goes upstairs, And then he walks back down, quotes like 2 minutes of Shrek straight.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
And then all he had to say about it was, I like Shrek.
I like Shrek. Yeah, I was gonna say it. There's a sequence where he says, I like Shrek and thank you for the leg, by the way. And that's all he says to that girl.
Thank you for the leg, by the way.
Yeah, I like Shrek and thank you for the leg, by the way. Like, that might be my letterbox review.
Yeah.
So it's just so, if you take that out of context, that's so random.
Yeah. Let's talk about the endings, right?
No, not yet. I had some more to say.
If you have more to say, by all means.
I had more to say. I want to talk about the Bob Marley references and the meaning behind that.
Yeah, he loved it.
Did you guys have an opinion on that or no?
Not really.
I feel like I had something at one point, like it's about spreading the love, or I don't know.
I didn't know Bob Marley was shot.
Yeah, he was shot, and then what did he say?
Is that a true story?
I don't know.
I doubt they would lie about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I doubt that too.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew he was all about peace, but I didn't know he was like trying to tackle racism and all hate in the world.
Yeah.
But that was cool.
That's more of a thing that our parents probably know more about whenever he was alive.
I do think it's very unrealistic that someone doesn't know who Bob Marley is. And
Yeah.
that he would know his
And
son.
knows Damian Marley.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had a famous son.
I know one Damian Marley.
You told me about Damian Marley a couple weeks ago, and I was like,
He has a couple good songs.
but yeah,
Like I really like one Damian Marley song. The amount of Bob Marley songs I like, I don't even know. I love that they gave a bunch in the movie though of Bob Marley.
Yeah.
It was like it's the best album ever made. It was like Stir It Up, Waiting in Vain, Three Little Birds.
Yeah.
Like it was awesome.
I wonder if that was like director's choice or
I don't know. Yeah.
someone had to implement that.
Yeah. Somebody was like, I like Bob Marley. I'm gonna show everybody that I like Bob Marley. Yeah, I don't know who would make the call on that, or how to somebody's like, or maybe it's just like the studio has the rights to a bunch of Bob Marley songs, so like might as well use them.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, but I love seeing that, and
Yeah, that was cool.
I learned a lot. I don't know. I didn't know that he was shot until I watched that movie.
No idea.
Yeah. It's an educational movie, it's for the kids, It's great.
No.
But I was telling Nate about this a little bit earlier. He was asking me why do you like this movie? Like, what's special about this movie?
Yeah. And I want to know too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it, but I am curious on
So
the deciding factor.
I was around 11 years old, I think, whenever World War Z was in theaters, right? And I really, really wanted to watch World War Z. And my dad was kind of worried about it. It's like middle school kid. And he started me off with...
Really?
He started me off with I Am Legend.
Here, watch this first, see if you like it.
Yeah, he was like, watch this first.
That's interesting.
And I really, really liked it. And I've, like that was my first ever apocalypse movie that I ever watched. And it's kind of just one of those movies that sticks with you,
Yeah.
And it stuck with me, and I've loved it forever,
So did he let you watch World War Z?
I think, I don't know if I'm right or not, but I think it was like the next year for my birthday, and it was like me, you, and we watched White House Down and World War Z in one night.
What'd you say? White House?
And on the third floor of my house.
You'd like White House.
I would. Is that
Channing Tatum, Jamie Foxx, Joe
Is it good?
King. No, but you would love it though.
really?
It's just like a funny.
Dude, it's fire.
It's like
I like all the actors.
It's like
Yeah.
you just go into it with an open mind, and it's gonna be cheesy. And
Because White House Down sounds Harrison Ford level.
yeah,
action
it's like
movie.
he's protecting the White House. Like just go into it like that, and you're gonna love it. It's hilarious.
Yeah. But do you remember that or no?
That honestly
Sounds familiar.
rings
We
a
got
bell,
off
yeah.
of Redbox at CVS.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, yeah.
Red box.
Redbox, the good old days.
Dude, Redbox gotta be going out of
I don't even know. I haven't seen a Red. I haven't
What?
noticed a Redbox.
Dude,
in a while.
Redbox are on every Harris Teeter.
When was the last time you noticed a red box?
I just every time. I always see what they got out.
Really?
They're in
I must don't look at them.
They're in every Harris Teeter.
Are they? I don't know what hair see like that.
Oh.
Oh. He's a Publix guy.
I feel like I'm a Target guy.
Gosh.
How I don't understand how they stay in business. Cause what, $3 to rent a movie for what 3 nights?
Something like that.
I don't know. I think it's kind of one of those things where it's like it's not like once you buy, like think about like a vending machine. Once you own the vending machine, you just gotta put stuff in it, you know?
Yeah, but buying movies isn't cheap, especially the newest drops.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So, the endings. I'm trying to think. Okay, I did want to talk about this. Did Will Smith get high after Sam died? Yeah, I saw him like taking pills, and his eyes got bloodshot.
I don't know. I think what I thought that it was, like what I assumed it was him taking medicine just to make sure, like to flush everything out. Because I think he got really close to one of those dogs whenever that was happening.
Well, I thought.
And then he had Sam's blood all over his hands, and he was right in the same vicinity as.
Well, I thought he was immune.
He is immune, but
he said he's immune to airborne and contact.
Yeah.
And see, I thought he got bit on the shoulder when he jumped out the window, but I guess not.
He got bit later in the movie on the shoulder. He got bit later by whenever he got attacked by the alpha guy. Whenever they came up in his crib and started busting shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess the whole how they have brain capacity, it makes sense because they could have gone into the house whenever they wanted, but they didn't have a reason to get into the house until they found him. And
They didn't know where he lived.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what was so interesting to me again is like he knew, like Neville knew that they can follow, you know, like they're gonna follow us. And so he was like, whenever he got picked up by Anna, right, he was super sedated, like he was messed up. And he was like, stay out till dawn. They don't know where I live. Don't let them follow us. Don't let them track us. You know, something along those lines. And so he knew that they were capable of that. And he knew that, I don't know if Neville knew that he had something they wanted, you know, that could be it. Because it's like, he had that girl, the Darkseeker. So who knows if that was it? Who knows if, like realistically, I feel like the Darkseekers aren't just going busting up in houses, you know. And so they're not.
Well, you heard him when he'd shut his windows. They'd just like be out in the night screaming.
Yeah.
So what are they doing?
Hunting.
for the gazelles.
For deer? For
I think so.
What do the damn gazelles eat?
Grace.
Bugs.
Grace?
Grace.
Yeah, grass.
Oh,
Yeah,
grace.
grass.
Concrete grace?
It's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Little weeds. Because, I mean, you saw how overgrown it was. It'd be a paradise.
To me, it looked like a Minecraft server. If you put a little seed on it.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious. I'm curious if the lions were immune to it all. You know. Cause like, and we're
Lions
all.
have an attack, bro. If you try to bite a lion, I'll kill you.
I don't think a lion could take on like 40 of those Darkseekers though.
Oh, true. I didn't think about masses.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the ending. I feel like
So, car crash. Let's see. Yeah.
Gotta recount.
Yeah.
car crash. They found him.
Mm.
They bust up in there, and don't get me wrong.
Stop saying.
Neville had a great defense system, right?
Yeah.
He had the lights, and then
That did not work.
that did not work at all. If he turned them on a little bit earlier, maybe. But then he was like, he has like if all else fails, I'm gonna blow myself up and all of them with me.
How'd they get in the lab so easily though? Because that was like. Tough to get
Yeah,
into.
I don't know. What I thought it was another thing that kind of shows that the Darkseekers kind of have a higher mentality is that one, like two of them got in the house. One of them was going after Will, and the other one, or was going after Neville, and the other one was tearing a hole in the roof so that everybody else could come in. You know?
Yeah.
And so, after they all got in there, we see them get behind the plexiglass, and I'm curious which ending you guys prefer more. Did you prefer the alternate ending more, or did you prefer the original ending more?
I, for one, prefer the original one.
Really?
Because every zombie movie, because I knew that there was gonna be another one. They just announced that there's gonna be a sequel. Like even in World War Z, they show that it's possible for there to be a cure, or like they had to beat it, but they don't ever show the process of beating it and taking back the amount of people and making it bigger than the amount of zombies in the world. Little camera hiatus, but we're back. So the zombies are intelligent. The end. Do we get into 2 endings? We didn't get into
I prefer the first ending too, just like you said.
Yeah.
It's like I view this movie as a very simple, straightforward. I'm surprised it was released at Christmas, honestly. Like I was sure it was a summer blockbuster. Like you go to the movie with a bunch of your friends on like a Friday afternoon in the summer, and you sit for 100 minutes, very short movie, and you just kind of have a fun time. Then you leave, and you don't really think about it again.
It's short, but I think it fits a lot in. Like it crams a lot in.
It does, but like
don't lie about it.
it fits a lot in.
Oh,
There's no particular. It's like I wrote in my letterbox review that it's
okay, you put your letterbox review.
So I said it's way too complex to be an action movie. It's way too character driven to be a horror movie. It's way too soft to be a character movie. It's not a thriller movie. It's a very oddly shapen, halfway in between everything movie. It may have been a blockbuster in 2007, but simply that, a good theater experience for casual moviegoers.
That review was way too complex.
Oh my god. Oh my
He was
god.
laughing at the review.
No, the only reason I was laughing at it is because there was something funny whenever I said like it fits a lot in, and then it said like weirdly shaped and.
We're posting this.
Oh my god! Yeah, this is all going on. Okay, I prefer the second ending.
Okay.
How are they gonna make a second movie out of that though? It's gonna be so boring. Like it's gonna be like humans versus night crawlers.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Darkseekers.
humans versus Darkseekers. Oh yeah, nobody wants to see that.
How's that gonna work? How do they have a civilization? They're gonna sit in the dark. Like the people gotta move back into their houses. Like where are the night crawlers gonna go?
They're gonna be healed because there's a cure now.
Because it's a zombie movie and you just go back to normal after you're a zombie.
There's a cure now. He found the cure,
And then everything just goes back to normal.
but then again, that's just how the movie started.
You never know.
What if it makes him worse?
What if it makes him into full Dracula? Just a bunch of vampires.
So now we're on vampire movies.
He doesn't like that.
No, it's just bad.
Next movie, Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah, we'll try to cram that.
Hotel Transylvania 4, 1 through 4. Let's just get them all in.
Cram it all in.
Cram it in.
Yeah.
It's not hilarious, but
Anyway, I like the second ending. I also think that the butterfly symbolism just didn't make a whole lot of sense in the first ending. In the second ending, it's great, you know.
I mean, I liked the realization of there's a purpose of being here. I like that.
Yeah,
And the first
that's
ending.
true. He had
No, I like the first ending way better. The original ending way better.
Really?
Yeah.
The second is just way too easy.
Yeah, because there's
The second is not.
The first is
The
easy
first
too.
one's way too easy.
I agree.
The first one's
Second
easier, right? You walk out there with a
No, because you lose
That's
your
the
main
most
character.
cliche thing ever. You walk out there with a grenade and you fucking do that.
Yeah, but I guess you're right. It is easy, but like you also lose your main character.
Yeah, but his whole thing was like, I'm not leaving. This is ground zero. I'm staying here.
That's true. That's true.
The second one is just like everything works out, and like you find a cure, you don't get eaten, everyone stays alive.
But the butterfly symbol.
No, see, I think the butterfly was just enough in the original, but finding another butterfly tattoo on the zombie.
No. In the second ending, the girl doesn't have Anna doesn't have a butterfly tattoo. Yeah, like in the second ending, imagine like what you know, like you from the first ending. Like imagine you just erased all that and you only know the second ending.
Is the whole Christianity thing still a thing in the second ending? Because the big thing is like he realizes that there is a God.
So whenever he's wheeling out the dark seeker that he's healing, right? Anna goes, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "I'm listening." You know, the world is quieter now. You just need to listen. And in the first one, whenever he walks out there with a grenade, she goes, "What are you doing?" "I'm listening." Like he feels like he's trying to figure out what his purpose is. And in both ways, like in the second one, there's a little less. There's like less Christianity. In the first ending, there's definitely a lot. It's very, very evident. But that doesn't contribute to why I like the second one more. I like the second one more because it's like you learn so much about the Dark Seekers, and you like are able to understand that they are more than just like zombies. You know?
Yeah.
That's why I like the second one so much more, personally.
So the sequel is going to be based off the second one.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Majors is starring.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
And does he have a relation to Will Smith or no?
You have to see. I have no idea. Like, literally no idea.
Okay.
Yeah. It could be interesting, though. I'm excited to see what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But this is, like, years away.
I wonder what they're going to cram in.
What they're going to what?
Cram in
What they're going to cram in?
to a feature length.
Yeah. Length.
Length film.
Yes. Like, is it going to be 1.3 like this, or 1.5 like this one was? Can get to 2 hours. This movie was about an hour and a half.
Well,
You know?
1.5 out of 5 stars.
Wow, that low, huh?
1.5 out of 5. Yeah, what did you give it?
6 out of 10. It's a fun time. Nothing more than that to me.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards.
I don't think there's as.
I gave it an 8. I like my 8. My 8's good.
I'm trying to. I honestly haven't thought about it too much. See, this is the thing. Zombie movies are good, but you don't necessarily enjoy watching them. Like, these things are ugly. They make irritating sounds.
And
It's
everybody
just Will Smith.
dies.
Yeah, everyone's dead. It's lonely. Like, it's a good movie. Well, I thought
You gotta watch the dog die, his family die.
I thought Will Smith would really impress me acting.
He was
good.
serious as, like, so serious
Yeah, he was
in
good.
this. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I loved it.
Yeah. So it was a good movie, and the zombies look terrible.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2007.
Bad CGI. Even for 2007, bad CGI.
Yeah, I mean, Avatar
2007 is when, like, the third Jurassic Park came out.
Avatar
But like
2009,
a year after
2009.
was Iron Man.
Yeah, and Avatar 2009.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I guess I don't really think about
But
it.
Will Smith is like, was the action hero champion of like the early 2000s. So any Will Smith movie is gonna explode in like box offices back.
What is that? What's that Will Smith movie that's like a superhero?
Oh, Hancock.
Hancock. You ever
I was
seen
gonna
it
watch
before?
that. It's only like an hour 20. It's like really crazy.
Have you not seen it before?
No, I was going
Oh
to.
my god, it's so sick.
Really?
Grams and all that stuff in Avatar 20.
Yeah, it does.
Hancock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, what other Will Smith? Bad Boys, for life.
Bad
I watched
Boys.
iRobot last week because JC told me.
You watched it?
Yeah, I watched
Did you-
iRobot.
Did we talk about it?
No.
Did you like it?
I gave it the same score.
As me?
The 6 out of 10.
Is that what I gave it?
I didn't see.
I bet I gave it more. I like iRobot a lot.
I thought it had different problems than I Legend though.
It's so weird how I, Robot and like I Am Legend are very similar films.
Yeah, that was weird.
Title-wise.
And they're basically the same. They're in like a
Don't worry about
dystopia.
it.
They're in a dystopia futuristic world.
Oh, really?
So iRobot's like about iRobot or robots taking over the planet.
Really?
It's pretty cool.
That had I think I've seen more robot movies than zombie movies, and
Really?
yeah,
Okay, no, I think I have to, actually, now that you're saying that.
and robot movies like tend to have the same problem in my opinion, like the ones that are missing something.
More robot movies than zombie movies?
No, think about it. If you think about it.
Like
Because,
robots include AI. Like think
Yeah,
about
yeah,
like
yeah,
technology
because-
movies there are.
yeah, because like, if you say robot, you think of like the Tin Man or like an actual robot. There's not that many movies, but people play these robots.
Yeah.
Star Wars?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I did want to touch upon this. We are all team Chris Rock, right?
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that he talked about it in his new
Yes.
comedy special?
Yeah.
And like he let that shit go.
Yeah.
He let it rip. He didn't give a. He did not care what he said. Like he went crazy.
Call him a bitch a bunch.
And he was like, the whole world knew that your wife was
Yeah.
fucking your friends. Everybody was giving you shit about it, and he slaps me
That kind of sounds like Chris Rock.
just now.
Yeah, that tempo was right.
Well, doesn't okay. Okay. I can sound like a total idiot right now. But doesn't in Shrek? Doesn't Chris Rock voice the donkey?
Yes.
No! No!
Yes, he
Who's the
does.
donkey?
No!
Who's the donkey?
Chris Rock is Marty.
Oh, Eddie Murphy does the. Eddie
That's
Murphy does
right,
Marty.
that's right.
That's right.
That's blasphemy.
But, like I just said, I was never the biggest Shrek fan, so I didn't know.
Bro, I cannot.
Shrek
believe
1,
you guys
2, 3.
both
I
agreed
just-
on
Shrek
that.
Happily Ever After.
They were at. I felt like it was good. I watched
Puss in
them.
Boots.
Bro,
1 and 2.
Shrek
I never-
1,
I never
Shrek
cared
1 is
for that
close to a 5 out of 5.
I gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
It's very close.
A 9.
But a 9.
But my Shrek disc, Shrek 1 had scratches on it, so we just watched Shrek 2.
But I was gonna say, wouldn't it be crazy if you had Will Smith doing a Chris Rock voice? Is like
That would be a whole.
Wouldn't that be
level
funny?
of irony.
because he says the donkey voice.
Will Smith doing a Chris Rock voice.
Chris Rock.
Wait, what do you mean Will Smith doing a Chris Rock voice?
From
If
I
Chris
Legend.
Rock voiced
Will
Donkey. If Chris Rock.
Oh, yeah, that'd be hilarious, but it's Eddie Murphy. That didn't even cross my mind because I know it's Eddie Murphy.
But Chris Rock is Marty.
Yeah,
I knew that
he's
for
Marty.
sure. I knew
Who's
that.
Alex the Lion?
Oh, I know this.
I feel like it
David
should...
Schwimmer. No, Ben Stiller.
Right,
And David
right.
Schwimmer is Melvin.
Bro,
And then-
we should review that movie.
And I think Nicki Minaj is Gloria.
What?
Or maybe Keke Palmer. I don't know.
No, I think those are both wrong. That's way before both.
Yeah,
of them.
Oh
Ice
no,
Age,
I'm thinking of Ice Age. Ice Age, Continental Drift, Drake, Nicki Minaj, and Keke Palmer did the Mammoths.
Can I blow your mind on who Gloria is?
Yes.
Yes, but
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh! Thank you, Jamie.
Producer
Thank you,
Ben.
Jamie.
Oh my God!
Jamie,
man,
thank
thank
you
you
for
for that. Holy!
Did you look it up or did
you know that?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, was Will Smith's wife? You've seen Jackie Brown, right?
Will Smith's husband.
no. Quentin Tarantino, Jackie Brown?
Yeah. Okay.
No, that's the one I haven't seen.
Never mind.
I haven't seen that either.
Okay, never mind.
I've wanted to. I've never seen it like on a stream
I
pop.
haven't seen Reservoir Dogs. I haven't seen Jackie Brown.
Reservoir Dogs is really good.
I think that's it.
So it's two too many.
I think I've seen the other 7.
8 technically, because Kill Bill 1 and 2.
It doesn't count.
That counts as 1.
Yeah.
And Quentin Tarantino's world of film, it does.
Wallwood.
World.
Oh.
Well, it's definitely interesting to try out a movie where one person really likes it and the other two are just like, okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, nostalgia carries a huge.
Yeah, I definitely think a lot of it for you is nostalgia.
And then like, because at some point I do want to review. I do want to do. I wouldn't say like Madagascar, but cartoon films.
Do you think that would work?
I feel like it'd be hard to talk about.
Yeah, because they're
But
just
you have to dive into it though.
but they're just like fun.
Dive into the fun,
Okay.
right? I mean,
I don't think I'll ever be pushing through any cartoons.
all right, yeah. So that was JC's. I'll take bodies. You'll take Basic Instinct.
Sure.
So I'll
Back to you.
back to
I'll
me.
be back to you.
Wish we had the wheel.
See,
That's the problem with the wheel.
what?
Let's leave it up to the
That
viewers.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they requested something, I would be more than happy to do it. But
We've not seen
Half
all
our
the same
viewers are
exact
wrong.
movies. Like we.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That has no matter on anything.
Okay. So
Like I said, if we were here to be critical on movies, then no one would.
it's not about being critical. It's just like
having knowledge. We should say our thoughts and we talk about stuff that's entertaining from the movies.
I just think someone having like a common ground with that would, you know, if I'm talking about a movie I really love and no one else here has seen it, it's like I'm just talking to the camera, straight to the camera.
Well, we have seen it because we watched it before.
Oh, you're talking about okay. Well, that's I'm saying with the wheel.
The wheel. We'd all watch the movie.
But the idea for the wheel was we have a bunch of movies on a wheel.
Yeah, that are some yours, some mine, some his.
But what if I've not seen the movie?
Then you watch it.
It's like spin the wheel. What's the next one?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, okay, I got it now. I thought you were saying that we're sitting here on podcast, we start recording, we spin it.
Oh, and we talk
we're
about
talking about
that.
this one. We're talking about
Oh no, bro!
I thought that's what you were talking
no. What does that? Does that change your opinion on what you want to do?
No, I mean
Because
we can do that. That's fine.
when we text in the thread, what do you want to watch? It's like I don't care.
I mean, I like. If you're talking about my favorite movies, I probably have a list of like a top 50 I could give you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I made a list too. If we want to do the wheel, I'm down with the wheel.
Yeah, I'd never heard of anything off your list, other than Fast Times. Not even like heard of them, which is I thought was
You
pretty
never heard of
crazy.
Surf's Up?
Oh, I know Surf's Up is.
Okay.
And I'd like.
I-
to
I-
see
that
What
one-
we're doing next?
I might pick Surf's Up. It might be too early to do Surf's Up, but at some point I do want to do Surf's Up.
I just haven't seen it. Have you
It's
seen
such
it?
a fun movie.
I've seen like some pieces.
Have
of
you
it.
seen Surf's Up?
It's really weird that I haven't seen it because it's like,
And all my friends like in high school loved it. It's like, why do y'all like this so much?
Wow, it's awesome.
Yeah, all,
apparently it's pretty cool.
I've heard.
And
I had a friend in high school that told me he was going to name his son CJ after Chicken Joe.
Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's a
I
lot.
thought you were gonna say Maverick.
No.
That'd be
CJ
a wild
after Chicken
name.
Joe.
That is
Cody
crazy.
Mav. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, so I guess should we do where we each pick a movie and rotate, or should we do the wheel?
Wheel's fine if we want to make a wheel.
I think the wheel brings less passion, but maybe more like
Because all my movies are going to be like very monotone voices when we talk about them, I feel like.
yeah. I mean, I'm doing
So
movies that I
awesome.
want to see, movies that I've heard a lot of talk about, movies that I'd really like to talk about. But there are some wild cards in there that like we're all going into this movie barely hearing of it,
Yeah.
and
I want to do.
Then we're going to not like some stuff.
no, I mean not liking it's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to do that baseball movie that you like. And I
Yeah,
want to do Suicide.
we're doing that for the 10th episode. I think we decided.
10th episode. We get hopefully more than 10 viewers.
Yeah,
We'll see what happens.
doesn't matter. Or we can delay it to 25th or 50th. We decide
Yeah, special
days.
anniversary.
Days and Confused is 100.
That's a long time away, bro.
Yeah, we might be married by then. Not all of us, but
Hopefully I am.
Married or dead.
married or dead or infected by the KB.
R.I.P.
So Sam.
R.I.P. to that dog, bro.
Sam was Sam. It hurt him was Sam.
Yeah, I know.
I am.
Hurry up.
Legend.
I am legend. Yeah, I don't know. That dog was really special.
It did make me want to get a German Shepherd.
Yeah, I wish I had a more manly dog.
You have
Maltipoo.
just like a small.
White dog, yeah.
Like a stuffed animal. Final thoughts, final conversations before we're busy.
Gosh,
So much to talk
Let
about.
me
this
just.
is not the movie for me to give final thoughts.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I mean, just anything that we're talking about.
Oh yes, I did want to talk about this. Okay.
I never got to finish my iRobot tangent.
Oh, go ahead.
What did you want to say?
I wanted to say this. Like this was what I like. This is one of the coolest things about this movie to me. So whenever he's driving by and he sees Fred, and he's like, "What? Like how?"
Mm-hmm.
So he thinks he's going crazy, but if you go back and you look, the mannequin head in the movie actually moves.
Yeah, I saw that. I was
Saw that?
like, wait,
Did
what?
you notice that?
I thought it was a person.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but I thought that was like one of the coolest things ever. But I wrote that down because I wanted to bring that up. Like I don't know. It's just one of the small things about this movie that I don't know. I thought was really special. I don't know. It'll always be close to my heart, nostalgia wise. Yeah. Regardless what the CGI looks like and what the.
No, yeah, and I can look over that, and I'm glad I watched it because it's been on my list for a while. But the main thing that's been keeping me away from it is something about that coloration, like the dystopia coloration, like the yellowness and
the yellow and the green and the gray. And
yeah,
the
like
dark blue tone.
it's hard for me to click on a movie, and I want to spend an hour and a half in this dungeon world.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I finally checked it off.
Yeah.
What I was saying about iRobot was that I think all robot movies generally they'll suffer from the same problem of making the problem being the robots when like the problem would be much more the conflict of the movie would be much more interesting if the conflict was over like humanity.
And the robots were just kind of there.
The robots are a product of humanity.
Yeah.
But oftentimes in iRobot, the AI, artificial intelligence, the robots take over and like start causing havoc on their own. It's like that's a much less interesting storyline than the humans actually causing the problems and then having to resolve them.
Yeah. When in reality, it's very similar to this movie that you say that because it's like at some point, Neville was like, God didn't do this, we did this.
Sure, yeah.
Right? And so it's like, but that's not still, it's like the main antagonist is the robots or the zombies. It's never really, what's it called?
Conflicting.
I think it would be there would be a much more interesting version of a robot movie out there where the worry is not robots becoming humans, but humans becoming robots. I think it'd be a much more interesting.
Oh, no, I do like that.
Because I think that's a much more real problem.
Oh, absolutely.
With like automation
I'm trying to think
like
of
social
another-
media being a slave to your phone.
If you watch Ingrid Goes West, it's kind of like that. Where
What's it called?
Ingrid, like
Ingrid
the
Goes
name
West?
Ingrid
Yeah.
Goes West.
I never heard
It's
of
kind of it's Aubrey Plaza and Elizabeth
Okay.
Olsen,
that.
and Elizabeth Olsen is this big social media star, and Aubrey Plaza is like this obsessed person who's kind of like emotionless, who literally steals her dog just to be like, so Elizabeth Olsen can post, I lost my dog, you guys have found it, like let me know. And she like walks back to her house and like they become friends like that. And this doesn't go down the robot, but it goes down like the emotionless, empatheticless.
Or like just following your basic instincts of like following your
Shout out to the last
following your programs or your programming of like shit like
yeah, I mean
I am attention starved, I go through social media, I have a short attention span,
yeah.
I'm programmed to do one thing at a time.
Yeah. And the part of that movie is like she's homeless for a time and her phone dies and she has to like walk to like a gas station and plug in her phone just so she can keep scrolling. So it's interesting.
It'd be a much more interesting robot movie.
Oh,
just
and
like robots take over.
What's another like robot movie like iRobot? Like what is something similar?
Robots.
That's true.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't either. But also Wyatt Russell's in that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Wyatt Russell's been in a. What is the other thing I saw him? I saw him in like a trailer the other day. It's like Wyatt Russell's in a lot of stuff. He's in This Is 40. That's what he's in. He's
I don't know who that guy is.
Kurt
Russell's son.
The
He's a
blonde
bearded
guy.
hockey player that.
That's him? He's in a Black Mirror episode.
Oh yeah.
That's it. He's in a bunch of weird little
That's him?
So he's in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. He is
Who is he in that?
he's the other Captain America they nominate after
What is
Chris
the
Evans retires.
Black
What's his
Mirror
name?
episode?
He has a comic book name. It's like
It's when he goes into the horror thing.
Yes. When he puts
The
on
haunted house.
when he puts on the AI. When he puts on the, what's it called? The shiesty. No. the VR. The VR.
Yeah.
And he freaks out. You've seen that?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Wyatt Russell is John Walker, who they hire in Falcon and the Winter Soldier to play or to be Captain America. He's like the government-sponsored Captain America after Chris Evans.
Oh, interesting.
And he's like the bad guy in that.
In the Winter Soldier?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like the TV series.
Oh. Okay.
I was about to say, I was like, I thought I
feel like I've seen that.
I was like, I know I've watched it. I thought I really liked it. I don't remember him.
Yeah, Winter Soldier's really good. Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's in Black Mirror Playtest.
Yes.
That is such a good
He's in a
one.
bunch of small.
He's a quirky guy.
He gets a bunch of small
He
roles
is.
until.
Dude, he's totally in This Is 40. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So he has a bunch of these tiny little roles until everybody wants them. And
He's
like,
in that?
Yeah.
Yes. So he like
Is
he's
he
kind
a
of blown.
stoner? Is it a stoner?
Yeah, he's a stoner. Yeah, it's
He's
a very interesting little
hilarious.
career. What is he? I feel like I saw him in another thing recently. Let me click on his letterbox profile.
Yeah, see what he has.
Yeah, he's a goofy guy.
22 Jump Street.
What?
Yep.
I've only seen that.
Oh, he's in that. Like he's at 1996 Escape from LA with his dad. He's like a kid. That's funny.
That's pretty cool.
That's all I'm seeing.
Yeah, have you seen LA Confidential?
I heard it's really good.
It's interesting.
Have you seen Spencer Confidential?
Stop.
Mark Wahlberg?
Stop. No.
Oh my god. Fucking A. Alright. Well, gentlemen, it was good talking.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that we were able to get
This
this.
is a messy one.
Yeah, this one was all over the place, but
We're trying. We're just trying to.
we're doing
having fun
our
with this.
best.
We're trying to make episodes. We're learning.
We're having fun with them. We don't give a rat's ass what anyone thinks.
The first two were kind
Or
of.
rest too.
It's not like anybody's gonna watch anyway.
Yeah, it's
I
okay.
dare you to watch.
The first two were kind of planned,
Dare
and we
you.
kind of knew what we were doing going into it. This one was just kind of. We're just gonna talk and see what happens.
Yeah.
And
We did.
I might, next episode, might be here with a shaved head. You never know.
I won't be.
I probably won't either, but you know, I'm glad. I'm really happy for you.
Don't be sarcastic, please.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't have the next movie
You
announced.
think you'd look ugly with a shave?
Wait, so
I do. I don't think you'd look good with a shaved head.
alright, well,
But you have a girlfriend, that's fine.
Yeah. Remember whenever you were supposed to get your head shaved and then you didn't? And you left me hanging up there?
Okay, when y'all were in middle school, did y'all have like a thing where like everybody had their head shaved for a little bit?
I got my head shaved.
that was elementary school baseball.
So I had it like in 6th grade, all my friends had their head shaved, and except me.
Me and Will got pulled up on stage at Denny Duncan.
To do it,
And I shaved my head and he didn't.
I didn't know that half of it.
I
That's
didn't-
crazy.
I didn't.
Well,
At Denny Duncan, the same place y'all were.
Yeah.
I
That's
didn't
crazy.
know we were doing that. First and foremost.
You didn't know?
He was like,
He knew.
people were just jumping up and going on stage like, oh, me. And he started bringing out the chain.
You would be the type to do
buzzers.
that. Yeah.
Huh?
You would be the type to do that. Just want to walk up there and then see what happens, and next thing you know, all your hair's gone.
Yeah.
I totally see you doing that.
Well, that's
That's just the way it goes.
That fits you. It does.
Like a glove.
Sorry if that's offensive.
Sorry, OJ. Okay. I don't know.
What?
Alright.
all right.
Guys, it was good talking.